Hello, my name is Joe Edge. I'm here with you at the tax shop in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Today I'd like to talk to you about the new 2020 W4, which employees use to tell their employer how much federal income tax they want withheld from their paychecks. This is important information in that it's a big change from the older form that used to include information that's no longer available on the tax return. So let's go through it line by line and have a short discussion on each line as appropriate. First, in step one, you want to include your name, first and last, as it appears on your Social Security card. You also include your Social Security number. You need to make sure that it's legible for your employee payroll section to be able to read that, as well as your address, city, state, and zip code, all real easy information. The next step, you have to determine your filing status. Your filing status on your tax return may or may not be the same filing status you select here. This document we're talking about, this W4, is merely a guideline for your employer to file your withholdings. It doesn't actually have to be the same thing that shows on your tax return. I'll give you an example. If you select single filing status, that will be the highest amount deducted from your paycheck for withholding purposes. If you select married or head of household, it will be less. So if you want more money withheld from your paycheck so you don't owe money at the end of the year, you're going to select single. Now that's just a guideline, keep that in mind, okay? Next, we're going to skip right to step 3, and where it says claim dependents. The instruction here asks you to put $2,000 for each child in your household that you'll be claiming under the age of 17. That's the tax credit that you get on the tax return at the end of the year. The next line is for any other dependents, which you receive a $500 credit. Now let's talk about this for a second, just so you have some options if you so choose. If you have 3 children, let's say, the number on the first line would be $6,000. Basically, you're taking the credit for those children up front with your paycheck. In other words, it's going to reduce the amount of money that's withheld from your paycheck and thereby reduce your refund at the end of the year. You have to ask yourself if that's what you want. I would suggest something along these lines. If you need more money in your paycheck, you have 2 kids, only put 1 there. In other words, if you had 2 children, you would normally put $4,000. You can change that to whatever number you want, $2,000, if you so choose. That will give you a little bit more money in your refund at the end of the year. The same logic applies in the next line where you only get a $500 credit. Let's say you have a brother and a nephew and a parent living with you. That's 3 times the $500 credit would be $1,500. If you want more in your refund at the end of the year, you may want to go down to $1,000 or even $500 on this line. So you can manipulate this information, keeping in mind that this is just a guideline for your employer to withhold. It doesn't necessarily reflect what happens at the end of the year and what you put on your tax return. Okay, step 4 is an optional place for information that allows you to input variables in your income. Like if you may be a wage earner and have a business on the side that you generate income from. So on step 4A, you would put this additional income, and you could base it on the prior year's performance in your business. If you're the owner of an S corporation and your net profit at the end of last year was $20,000, you can include that number in there, and your current employer can withhold additional taxes to help you offset the income from your side business. Again, this is just an optional field. Most people won't use this, but it's your option to do that, to have more money withheld so you don't have a big tax bill at the end of the year. The same applies for deductions, other types of deductions you might have, like if you're one of the few that now use the itemized deductions on your tax return. You could put those deductions there. That will reduce the amount of money withheld from your paycheck. Now we're going to go to line 4C, and 4C is where you can allow or elect to have additional withholdings taken from each paycheck by your employer. Let's say, for example, that you get paid once a month, and you owed $1,500 last year, and you want to break even this year. What you would do is take the amount of paychecks you have in a particular year, and if you're paid monthly, it's 12, obviously, and divide it by the amount of money you owed to the IRS, and you could put that amount in there, like maybe $150. It can be an estimate, it doesn't have to be exact, and they will withhold that additional amount of money from your paycheck, so you're paying more in, so you don't have that big hit at the end of the year to pay the IRS. If you have any questions about the new W4, we're here at the Tax Shop at 932 Southwest Bayshore Boulevard in Port St. Lucie. Our email address is contact@taxshoppefla.com. That's TAXSHOPPEFLA.com. We look forward to helping you here. If you need help getting your taxes done, we're here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We look forward to helping you. Have a great day.